Alright, good evening, agents. I know there's been quite a few videos done on the Predator's Mark and how it's OP and all this other shit, but if they don't change it, I thought I would go through my build, show you what I'm using, how I'm doing it, and quite honestly, it is devastating. I'm putting 160 to 200,000 bleed on players, even after I stop shooting. So, to get into this, let's talk about the build real quick. I'll go after the guns afterwards. Oh, apologize, I got the wrong build on. There we go. So as you can see, I'm stacked over 9,000 in stamina, and the reason I'm doing that is the 6-piece. We talk about this, ignores bleed resistance, including the immunizer box. So if you hit a player with 10 bullets, not only will they bleed, but with 9,000 stamina, they're going to bleed for an extra 120% bonus damage. And it takes their crits into account. So believe me when I tell you, it destroys not only NPCs, but players. It is, on 1.8, the PTS, the strongest build in the game. So I'm not going to go through it too much. Everything is pretty much min-maxed. Obviously with the optimization station, it's pretty easy to do. You want to stack crit chance and crit damage, and stack your stamina. So as you can see, same kind of thing. Firearm skill. I do have skill haste. I've changed a couple of things. Well, maybe it didn't save it. Oh, I guess it didn't save it. Alright, well, either way, this thing is going to wreck. The house is also ridiculous. This thing does a ton of damage. Now, you know, the base damage is actually pretty low, even though it's min-maxed. Unforgiving, deadly in the house. But again, you get 25% bonus damage whenever you're in combat. So I started out here. I just wanted to show you some numbers real quick. So you can see I'm critting for a ton, 46,000 to the target, but that means nothing. Let me go up to the DZ. I did plan on showing this with players. I'm going to see if there's a player around that I can invite to test this out, just to show you the bleed once I get there. And I apologize, I know this video is, you know, it's a little bit different, but hell, it's, what time is it, 3:30 in the morning here? Yeah, it's 3:30 in the morning. I worked all day, and it's definitely, there's nobody on. Nobody! This is part of the problem I found with the PTS, is that there's nobody playing it. I think that everybody's kind of frustrated with it also. I will go and test this out on some NPCs for you, just so you can see that it absolutely shreds. NPCs will bleed between 250 and 300,000 damage when I hit them with crits. So, with the MPX or the house, it's pretty much eliminated all their guns. And this build has eliminated pretty much all their builds. So I want to see if I can see the bleed here. Let me get rid of this guy. The problem with this is they don't live long enough to bleed. I have to find some elites. But I'm sure I will find some elites down here since there's nobody online. I'm assuming that the server's pretty empty. Now I'm going to wait for my pulse to come back here real quick just to get the full effect. I'm going to try and shoot this guy just 10 or 12 times. And once you strip their armor off, you'll see the bleed is unbelievable. Oh shit. They just die too fast. This thing just absolutely shreds them. I just want, oh there you go, 295,000 bleed. So the nice thing about this is if you run out of ammo, the NPCs are still going to die. Oops. Apologize. The servers have been a little bit laggy. Oh hi, there you are. I mean, look at this guy. He dies so fast, I can't even read the numbers. So you did see 295,000 bleed. Let me run up to the contaminated area where I know there's a lot more NPCs. And hopefully you can get the idea there. Kind of bouncing all over the place here, guys. But you know, the Predator's Mark build, let's just look at this again. You know, I'm only running 4,000 firearms, and the reason I'm doing that is to activate Deadly and Unforgiving. The Alejandro is okay, it really is, but the base damage is quite low. You got to be in cover to make it work. But as you can see, no skill power. This is a purely DPS build, but it's a funny build because it's based around stamina. 9,000 stamina, who'd have thought it? I'm hitting NPCs as if I have 20,000 firearms right now. It's absolutely crazy. So let me just run up there real quick. I should have just done this build video in the DZ, except I thought there'd be players around. I was hoping there'd be players around, but apparently not. Oh, the other thing I want to show you real quick. I didn't show you my character stats. As you're going to see, and I have decent skill haste, 28%, not bad, but look at my health. 406,000 and change base health. Armor's obviously maxed out. People will argue that, oh, you're not going to be able to do that in a regular game. Well, I got news for you. Yes, you will. You'll have to roll each piece probably 3 or 4 times to max it out. And what I will tell you is don't bother worrying about maxing out the armor. The armor still means shit unless they change it. Is this even live? Nope. I do hear an NPC, I just don't know where they are. Sorry guys, it's kind of a funny video, but unfortunately I have to find some NPCs. I really just want to see the bleed. It's so quick. The bleed is so devastating. Even players, if they bleed twice, they're dead. Alright, let's see if we can get this guy stacked. There you go, 217,000 bleed. So anyway guys, you definitely want to stack this with stamina, as you can see here in my build. I did put some critical hit damage mods on for the pulse, because if you look at my pulse, it's absolute trash. 8.5%. I think I got it up to 10.5 or 11%. Doesn't really matter, because my crit damage is pretty high at 135%, 38.5% crit chance. So it's pretty good. Oh, here's a heavy. Let's try it out. Especially once you strip their armor off. There's 207,000. Now I'm gonna pulse him just to see. Come back here, you bastard. You big fat bastard. Alright, let's see the bleed going on here. And you can see, I don't have to hit, there you go, 192,000, 200,000, like, he's just gonna die. It's so easy to kill these NPCs, and believe me, the NPCs have been buffed. They're quite strong. But with the new Predator's Mark 6 piece, it's nothing. You run through players, you run through NPCs, you run through everything. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to nerf it, but they're definitely going to correct it. And if they don't, I mean really, if they don't correct this build, no one will run anything but this and Nomad. And I will tell you that this build, even with the best Nomad stamina build, if you're trying to be purely tanky, is still just going to shred you. So hopefully someone's listening, and believe me, I love this. This is a lot of fun. I feel super powerful. But with the MPX, the house, running at 900 DPM or 900 RPM with a mag, ton of damage. I've got tons and tons of health, more than twice as much as I'm used to running with. I'm shredding players, I'm shredding NPCs, and it's all around amazing build. So we'll see what happens. It's interesting. I'm going to check out from 1.8. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll talk to you soon. Until next time, guys, have a great night.